We are in live here. There you go. Déjame mutear aquí. Okay. And that's it. So, we are in live now. Un momento que en el live. I want you not to be ashamed.
It is going to be hard.
It is not going to be hard. So, yes, absolutely. Let me see how it looks. It looks great.
I think that is great.
Okay, so it's gonna be recorded, so if you guys want to watch it later, absolutely you can. Lo que vamos a estar haciendo hoy mientras se va uniendo gente igual es hablar. Vamos a conversar de manera cotidiana. Vamos a empezar a hablar y lo que quiero que hagan es que vayan practicando, ¿saben? Vayan oyendo y bueno, vean cómo habla ella, cómo hablo yo y ver si pueden ir entendiendo así paso a paso, you know? Ahí veo que se está uniendo gente, entonces we can start. So, vamos a hacerlo a nivel básico. Vamos a hacerlo a nivel A2, B1. No lo voy a hacer tan hard como cuando hablé del Tech Talk. So, bueno, eso va de todas maneras a quedar grabado en TikTok y va a quedar grabado en YouTube por si lo quieren volver a ver. So, we can start. How are you doing?
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, and you?
I'm great. I actually tell her to prepare like a few topics in order to, practice a little bit more fluent. I think that will be great. So, well, let's get started. I want you to let me know about your notes. Go ahead and ask me the first question you got.
Okay, the first question that I got is, what did you do today?
Today was an interesting day actually because, it's Friday. So on Fridays I usually work for a few hours, but not that much. So I woke up early as usual, but later I decided to do a little bit of exercise, which is weird, right? And I practice a little bit, and I review a few videos on YouTube. There's an audiobook which is quite good. Its name is Don't Remember. And afterward, what I did was start working with my private classes for a few hours, like a few hours generally. I played some video games. There's a really good video game called the Crew Motorfest, which is, I think, one of my favorite video games right now, and pretty cool. Also, when we went to walk for a little while, we walked for like 2 hours. Was a lot.
I think that 1 hour.
No, we arrived at 8.
And we left?
At 6.
At 6, yes, 2 hours.
Yeah, it was at 6:20, something like that. So we walked for around 2 hours. And generally, that's it. What about you? What do you do today?
Well, I worked today. I'm a teacher. The door of the fridge is open.
Damn. Okay, there you go. You can continue. I'll be right back.
Okay. It's just the fridge is open, so we have to close it.
Yeah, you can carry on.
Well, I work today. I'm a teacher in a school, of course. I'm a teacher of third grade kids. And
Thought you were fourth.
Hmm?
Thought you were fourth.
I work fourth.
Yeah, you were fourth grade teacher.
No.
I didn't remember you were at third year.
No, I'm a third grade teacher.
Okay.
And I told you that
I
have two sections, and today I worked with section C. They in English they saw natural science in English, and they were singing the sense of the nose.
Oh, like smell?
That is smell.
Smelling? Alright.
And it was good. And I finished working at 2 p.m.
But wait, hold on. What do you do? Like the sense of smelling, but how? How do you explain that?
Okay.
Don't imagine you
First,
telling the teacher like, smell
yes.
this.
No, but it's like a class. I always start with them with a video that explain the part, mostly like the parts of the nose, like tip, bridge, nose bridge, and that's because that is like the easy part. I have to teach them the easy part, of course, and then they have to copy a mind map.
A what?
A mind map.
A mind map. All right.
About that.
Haven't heard a lot of that word since a long time ago.
And that's all. They usually don't like that class because they always say that they have to copy a lot. But I don't know.
That's what it is.
It is what it is. So I always tell them that it is what it is. They have to copy it. They have to do that because that is the class. And today was they saw the part of the snow. They saw a video. They copied, and they went to PE.
PE. Okay.
Physical education.
Got it.
And that's all. I finished working at 2 p.m. and then I arrived home. I sleep a little bit.
For a lot, you took a long nap. No, actually not. It was like a 2-hour nap.
Like 2 hours. And then I start a class, a private class, that I usually do it in the afternoon. And then I took a shower. And then we went to a walk.
Yeah, we went for a walk. That was a long walk, actually. I mean,
and now I'm here.
Yeah, indeed. You know, my feet are a little bit tired, not gonna lie.
And our day doesn't finish.
No, at all. And it's not gonna finish like in 1 hour.
Because we have to watch the movie.
That's
Did you
right.
And
we gotta watch the movie.
And we have to clean our house.
What?
Yes.
I don't want to clean the house today.
You have to help me a little bit.
But we can do it like early tomorrow.
No, because I don't want to do anything tomorrow.
But we are going to record at for the church, I think.
I think exactly. So we have to
exactly. So we wake up.
No, I don't want to do anything. Absolutely anything tomorrow.
But we just wake up and that's it. Like we wake up and I'm gonna go.
I want to wake up. Like I see that your mom sent a rose.
Okay, and people are joining. Hello. All right.
What we are talking about? I lost a little bit.
We were discussing about I don't remember. It was a user. All right, fair enough. Okay, so genuinely that's it. By the way, we were talking about the movie that we were watching, The Hunger Games. I mean, if you guys haven't watched Hunger Games, I highly recommend you that movie. I mean, I thought I wasn't gonna like it.
I'm not going to recommend the movie because of course the movie is so good, but the books of The Hunger Games, I read it like when I was like 16 years, and I was obsessed
with that,
with The Hunger Games.
Wow.
I don't know how, but I got a connection when I was like 16, And I started to read because I'm going to try to tell this in English. I'm going so hard to try. I started to read a lot because I like to read a lot, but I started to read in Wattpad. Wattpad was
That's dark.
that was. Do you know what is Wattpad?
Yeah, for sure. And I have heard like really bad things about it.
No. Well, I tried to be in the nice group
Okay.
of Wattpad, but I used to read Wattpad a lot, and I love it. And today I love Wattpad a lot. And suddenly I stopped reading in that app. Sorry, because I don't know. I grow up and the stories I didn't like felt the connection. I think that when you read, you have to feel a connection with the book, so it's going to be of course interesting to you to keep going reading. So I stopped reading there, because I only read in Wattpad, and then I stopped reading because I was like older, like, and I didn't have like, because in Wattpad the thing is that you have to like search the a good story, because there's a lot of story, like a lot of fanfic, and I don't have a connection with fanfic, so I used to like read like books, real books, like something interesting, and I started to read other things. Is when I start like open my mind to read another things, and I don't know how, but I start to read Hunger Games. I think that I read in other parts. I don't know. I think that it was Facebook or something like that that someone recommend Hunger Games, and I read it. It was so good.
Okay, but why? What is it different to? You know, the movie.
Because
But I'm gonna take your phone
course,
so that I can post that we are
okay,
live right now.
and because of course, like in my WhatsApp.
No, I'm gonna post it in like generally on Instagram. So, but
On my Instagram?
on mine Instagram, but
Okay.
it's not open. I think
No, it is not open.
I need to. I'm gonna open it. Wait a second.
Okay. So the difference between Hunger Games and Wattpad is the question.
Nah, because I watched the movie and you were telling me like this is not in the book.
Ah,
This was not in the
okay.
book. So
Book with the movie. Okay.
yeah, genuinely I think it's the same. But
No, it is not the same. Of course, in on books and movies is so different because in on the books you always going to have more details, and you can put all that details on a movie of 2 hours. You know?
absolutely.
So they have a lot of details so important that makes, or that's the special things of the books, that you have that's details that makes the difference,
Okay.
even in the movie that is not. Even when the movie, I think that the Hunger Games movies are like, they are so close to the books,
Okay.
when there's another movies that adapt from books that they make a different story. But in these movies, it doesn't happen like that. They like make a connection, a real connection with the books and the movies, and it is good. That's why I like so much those movies,
Okay.
because I think that is good. It is a good adaptation. Adaptation.
It is. It is. I cannot open, so I'm gonna post it just here, and I'm gonna tag me. But I cannot. I don't remember the password, but I'm gonna do it like as soon as we
But
finish.
where is your phone?
My phone is
no,
on
your
live.
phone is online. It's true.
All right. No. So what can I expect about the next movie? Because we watched the first one and the second, but we hadn't watched the third one yet. So
No, the four. Like in the Hunger Games, you know that there's the 2 finals, because in Mockingjay there's just 1 book. Just only
Oh.
they divided like in
Alright.
2 parts in the movies.
Damn. What is open? Oh, the door is open, right?
No, the window is open.
Just close. Can you close it? Okay, so I mean, genuinely, I highly recommend that movie to y'all. I mean, seriously. Oh, I think we have. Well, you guys have been telling something, but I haven't read because I was just posting this stuff. I genuinely recommend this movie a lot. I mean, if you guys can literally watch it, just go ahead and do it because I mean, it happened with the Hunger Games. It happened like something similar to Harry Potter. Harry Potter for me, it's like such a boring movie. I mean, and I genuinely apologize if you guys love Harry Potter, but I don't. All right, and I have a problem with it because I just feel that I haven't felt that connection that she is explaining right now with Harry Potter. So I genuinely believe that it was going to be the same with the Hunger Games, and to be honest, it wasn't. I mean, we watched the first movie like fully, and I felt that connection with her, like, and I was like overthinking about what could happen later. I mean, genuinely, that was crazy. Because I told Daily like all the time, like I think this is going to happen. I think this is going to happen, and so on. To be completely honest with y'all, I mean, I didn't expect what actually happened there, right? So, well, that was a little bit crazy. And I don't know what to believe right now about the next part of the movie. Because she told me a few spoilers about what could happen, but we haven't had the opportunity to watch it yet. Actually, after finishing this live, that to be honest, I wanted to do it like early. Before this live, I wanted to, you know, after the live, my bad. We want to watch the third part of the movie, so I think that will be good. There's like another movie like we watched recently. It was I don't remember. You have the book right there, but I don't remember.
Withering House.
Withering House.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we watched that movie on the cinema. I think it's a movie that you guys cannot watch with your mother or grandmother.
Yes.
Genuinely, I don't recommend you to do so. Right?
I think that is you have to watch it like alone with your friends or your boyfriend or something like that.
Indeed, but if you guys can watch it alone, just go ahead and do it because seriously, I don't think that's a movie to watch with her. What can you tell me about it, by the way? Go ahead. I'm gonna try to post it right here.
What I do?
Oh, what can you tell me about the last movie we watched? Can you make like a review of it?
Okay.
Without giving spoilers, because seriously, that's crazy. But do you remember, right?
Not too much. Seriously, I don't know.
That's crazy. Well, I don't want to make spoilers because I know this is so delicate with a few persons. So, like, let's stop talking about the other thing. All right, go ahead and let's switch the topic to the other one that we got.
Okay, let me see what I.
Yeah, we are on live. Estamos en directo también en YouTube. Por si lo quieren ver ahí, igual más calidad y la cosa, pues ahí lo pueden ver tranquilamente. Estamos a nivel B1 y A1 para que todo el mundo pueda practicar. So, bueno, voy a avisar un momento aquí que estamos en directo. Give me 1 second. Ajá.
Okay. The other question is how did you learn English?
How did I learn English? I mean, that's an interesting story because I didn't like English at all. At all. Like, seriously, I hated this language because I thought it was so difficult. I thought it was literally super difficult to learn how to speak English. You know, the pronunciation, how to read it, grammarly. I just imagined it was going to be super hard. But I remember that I have my whole life have been super technological, right? I have always liked to be in touch with technology all the time. So it turns out I had the opportunity to, you know, manage a computer since a really young age. And at the end of the day, it turned out to with me playing Minecraft. And with that, I make like different series called Stuff Series and many series like that. And I was in touch with many people, like not American people, like genuinely. It was Mexican people, Argentinian people, Chilean people from all around the world. At the end of the day, what happened was that I was speaking my Spanish with different accents. I remember that I was trying to imitate Argentine accent when I was talking with my Argentinian friends.
Your grandmother always say that.
Yeah, it was a story. So we talk Mexican too. Even at the school, I remember if there's someone here watching the live stream who genuinely in the past in high school tried to imitate the Mexican accent, guys, I feel you, because that was me, right? And I was always good at accents. And at the end of the day, my mom and my grandmother realized that we were good. I was good at speaking English because I was talking with people, but to be honest, I didn't communicate a lot. Sometimes they were like, "What do you say? What do you say? What do you say?" Because I didn't have a good pronunciation. So I have an uncle, and this uncle told my mom like he needs to study English, and okay. I thought it was gonna be like a side career. I didn't imagine it was gonna be my main career, right? So later, what happened was that I was into a course. I got into a course, right? And afterward, I entered the university. What I met her, right? I met her at the university, and we studied together modern languages, business major. But I was in basic English communication and advanced English communication before, and I think that was like the main reason why I, started speaking English. And afterward, to be honest, I didn't speak English at all. When I finished the courses that I started speaking English when I actually started working with it. When I was meeting with people, and when I was working with English, when I was, doing this stuff. So the way that I learned. But what about you? What was like? How do you learn how to speak English? I think you haven't told me that story.
I never told you how.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I know you were in the course.
Yes,
I know
I were in the course.
But wait, hold on. Your English is good in comparison to people who was in the course with me. So how do you learn how to speak English?
Well, and from the beginning, my sister, she always liked like English in general. So she used to work in a school teaching English because my mom told her to enter to a course.
Okay.
And she was like, okay. And from that young age, I always liked English. I don't know.
Okay.
I always heard English music, and it's when I like found, I don't know, Taylor Swift, One Direction, Ariana Grande.
Okay.
And that was weird because nobody in my, I'm telling you, like high school, like I don't know, third year, second year.
Okay.
And nobody in my school like that type of music at all. I was like the only one in my group of my friends. And I don't know, I always like it. Like I always like develop that personality, because I think that kind of music or find what things you like, it give you like a personality. I always believe in that. So I finished high school, and then I didn't know what to do with my life, with everything. And my mom told me like go to an English course, because I don't know, you can do that while you decide what you wanted to study, because I always knew that I want to study something. So I entered to this course that is Losher in Bolivar Avenue.
Losher?
Yes.
Never heard about it.
Well, it's very common in Valencia. And I entered that, and I made like, it is always on books. and
This is
I
the best teachers.
yes,
Hello.
yes, we are. And I remember that I entered to this course, and they like make the course with books. And I finished the first books, that there were like 5 books, and they always teach you like grammar things,
Mm-hmm.
grammar. So
Oh, that.
in
But
the
by the way,
middle
that's
of
not
that,
good for your English. No, that's not good for people's English.
yes,
I only
it
study
was a lot
grammar.
of grammar. I remember that I didn't speak a lot, like anything, but I met a girl that she told me and a friend told me that she studied modern languages in Arturo Michelena.
Okay.
and I was like, and she told me about the career, and she told me that it was more about business, because I heard that Carabobo University give that career, but it was more like teachers things, like to teach.
Actually, I met someone who was there, and she told me that it's full of grammar and full of that thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So, but in that time, I said like, I don't know, I don't want to teach. I don't want to teach.
Yeah, me too. I was exactly the same.
And now, here I am, and I like that career, like in Arturo Michelena, because it was more like business things. So I told my mom that I want to study there,
For sure.
modern languages on Arturo Michelena, and I started with as I think that I can say that I started the university and I didn't know anything about English at all. I knew a little bit things about grammar and all the things, but when I entered, it was hard for me,
Okay.
because it was hard to like keep going, to como no sé, montarse en el burro, no sé, como que darle. And I don't know, it was hard. And then I don't know, I think that in the last semesters, I think that I went better. But
You did great. You
in
did
the
great.
beginning was horrible.
I mean, we have to mention here that that university and that career generally it's not for everyone.
No,
For
it is
example,
not.
if you guys don't know anything about English, that's not for you because generally you guys are gonna lose your time basically.
Yes, and I know a lot of, like, not a lot, but some people, like partners or classmates, that they like quiet because it was hard. They
Absolutely.
said like, I thought that it was better, it was more interesting or something like that, but it's, I don't know, it is what it is.
Did she ask how can I start with you? Generally, just text her.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I have to tell you guys something. It was a little bit crazy. With me because I mean when I was there, I mean I already knew the whole grammar of English, and thanks to that, I was able to, bring forward many of the subjects it was supposed we gotta see at the moment. For example, I was in English 1, and I didn't see neither English 1, English 2.
Oh yes, because you were so smart.
I tried to avoid doing that because I thought I was losing my time. And I mean, it was a strategy because
yes, a strategy.
yeah, it was a strategy.
It
because
is not, because we graduated in the same year.
Yeah, but I mean, I said, if I don't do that, whenever I have to do, I don't know how to say the partnerships, I think. When I have to do that, or if I have the thesis or whatever, I am going to be super messed up with the subjects that I see, and I decided to do, like, to bring forward many classes because I knew that I was able to free up a little bit of my time, right? And I got rid of all of those subjects, and thanks to that, I barely went to the university when we were in the finals, but I have to mention that. I mean, I generally was quite weird because I mean, we were study like 1 year, 2 years online because of pandemic, and
2 years, I
two
think.
years, right? And that's crazy because at the end of the day, I said, okay, so I put off my effort on the exam, and at the end of the day, we didn't see like the subject presentially, and well, that's basically it, right? Like face to face. Um, but I remember there was a group of people. I didn't mention that. That's crazy. I never told you that story because I mean I was super bad at setting up things. Right, if we have an exposition,
Okay.
I was so bad at setting up the decoration and setting up the whole thing, right?
Okay.
So generally my expositions were like only like a paper, like a big paper, um and it says like what I was going to talk about. We were talking about Trinidad and Tobago at the moment, so I wrote Trinidad and Tobago, and we put the points, and that's it. It was like a table, and I remember my mom prepared food, like yeah, treats for the
A
guests.
traditional
Yeah,
food.
from the
Trinidad Tobago.
country. And I remember that I got there, and I was with two of my colleagues from the university. And I mean, we said, I mean, our decoration is a piece of shit. Literally, it was terrible. And I remember there were a group of people that I felt really jealous at the beginning because, I mean, first of all, when they arrived, they were always, all of them, they were dressed up. And they were talking about Ireland, and they were dressed up as Ireland people, first of all. Second, they got like this artificial grass,
Okay.
and they put it on the floor. I said, damn it. They okay, artificial grass right there. Later, it was they put a cauldron, like a huge cauldron, and they put it there full of stuff like gold, but it was not gold for sure. It was
Of
like
course.
simulating gold. Damn it! I said, my my
But
my decoration is terrible.
but it's happened you again. Do you remember in Italian exposition that we
No,
made?
that's so messed up. We are gonna tell that story in a few moments.
Okay.
But
But I have another part of that.
okay, so I remember. I mean, this girl set up were amazing. It was like damn, and they got like a dress up. They got costumes. They got food. They got artificial grass. They got a big decoration, and it was like a whole corner. And I said, I mean, we are fucked up basically. I mean, we are gonna try to do our best. Later, what happened was that the teachers were like step by step, and we were like the third one or the 4th one. I don't remember. And we would make our presentations, and they said, "No, you guys are perfect because of our English." And they said, "You guys are perfect. You did an amazing job." 20. Okay.
You.
No, but like my group.
Okay.
Okay, 20. They didn't care at all about the decoration. So, okay, they went with the other people, and when they arrived, or when they got to these girls that I'm talking about, we were talking about Ireland. All of a sudden, uh, they were like in silence, full in silence, like they stopped talking, and I remember like the teacher like got up really upset, and they said, "You guys said all of this, but you guys don't know anything, and you guys don't know how to speak English. You guys are not going to pass my subject. You guys are going to fail. You guys are a piece of shit." Like generally, it was a. And we are not mentioning names right here, right? But it was one of the teachers that I know that you know as well. It was like this girl, like the fat one, like the younger one, who was the teacher, like the girlfriend of our phonetic teacher. Her name starts with an A. You know,
The Italian girl.
the Italian girl.
Yes.
So, I mean, she got really mad, and that's it. That's the story. I mean, they got like a 01. They didn't. They didn't either
Really?
got a point for the decoration. I said they spent like probably they spent like $200 on that decoration easily, and but that happened. I mean, I don't know if you know one of the girls who was in in this group, so I don't really want to think about this thing. So I don't imagine her watching the live and oh my god, I'm gonna feel so ashamed.
You why?
Because I mean, if imagine she's watching the live and I'm telling her story. Later we talk about it, but one of these girls who was in this group. Okay. You were going to tell the story about the what happened with me again with the Italian exposition.
It was like in our last semester, I think.
Okay.
It was in the last? I don't remember.
But first, before she starts talking, I have to say that I didn't feel like doing so. And I remember that my teacher told me, if you guys do it, you are gonna fail the subject, and I do it mandatorily.
Yes, of course, because it was so bad.
Terrible.
And
oh my god.
What a
We
shame. Why?
I have like a cringe because of that.
Do you have a cringe to remind me that?
A lot.
But let me tell you that is cringe.
Okay.
A lot.
Go ahead.
And we had this activity in Italian subject.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and we have to. I remember. They assign us, or they tell us. The teacher told us to
It was like make an exposition.
Make an exposition about Italian in general, like the culture and something.
It was not about like influence people.
Influence people in
Yeah.
Italian influence people. And I remember that I had a classmate that is actually my friend, and she said like, this is our time. She got a lot of things of her house, and they brought it, and we had like tables, and we put like, what is the name of this?
The TV? No, a frame.
And we had a lot of frame like with gold things, and we put like image of the people that we are going to talk, like Cristobal Colón. I don't remember who else. And I remember that she told her dad to bought like cheese and jam, like, but with a
Jam or ham?
Ham.
Okay, yeah.
Ham, and it was so delicious. And it's when you see that looks so expensive, And I was so like proud of our table because it was beautiful. And I talked, and my part it was about Cristobal Colón and how and why he wanted to like colonize.
Yeah,
Colonize and these countries and Latin America. And that is interesting because he was a Christian, and he
was a Christian.
Christian.
I didn't know about it.
And he want to like, that the Bible say that everybody have to preach. Everybody have to preach the word of God.
Absolutely.
And he took that word and said like, I'm going to be the next Messiah. He said like, it's me. And so he went to Asia to preach the word. But the thing is, he didn't arrive to India, so he arrived here.
I didn't know about that.
Yes, it's actually true. I investigated because that was the topic that I talk.
So wait, hold on. He arrived. I mean, people think that he arrived to India.
He thought that he arrived to India because the main idea because everybody said that he wants to like search others. I don't know, land, but actually he wants the real thing is that he was like Christian, and he wants to preach the word.
Okay.
So because actually he thought that the second come of Christ is arriving. So in that time.
Okay.
So he's thought, and he said like I have to preach the word. But when he found like all the things that have here, like I don't know, the gold, the pearls, and all the things, he forgot all the things, and he said I can make money of this. So it's the story that we already know, and that was my part of the exposition. And I was so excited. We didn't dress like that, like something. For sure. No, do you remember that I was like there?
Yeah, you were normally.
I was normally
wearing.
I was wearing I remember a jean jacket. So, and I was, as I told you, I was so proud of my table, and everybody like went there and they eat cheese and something like that. And then you passed with the other guys.
No, that's so cringe.
And I remember that he didn't even have a table to decorate or anything to decorate.
I mean, to be honest.
And I remember that you were like 4 tables there, and you were like, your table was empty.
My table was fully empty.
I
didn't want it to be there. I mean, I did that mandatorily.
Yes, and I can see it because.
And no, but you know what?
At least I thought that you can put a little bit of effort.
Let me tell you the real story about what happened here. I mean, absolutely, I didn't feel like doing so. I really felt like so bad to do that. I didn't want it to. I was not going. But what happened was that my partner was super intelligent, but he was so unresponsible. Right?
Who?
The guy who was with me. Do you remember the other guy who was my partner at the moment? We were only 2. No, you're going to be heard by the microphone. You guys are not gonna hear that. Okay, so the thing is that.
But you know the.
No, that no. His name starts with an L. It was like Dion.
The other guy that he was like with your colors, like your skin color.
So I remember that he was so responsible at the moment. Actually, he was not going. He was not going there. He was not going to be at this position. So turns out that what are you? No, he was not. No. I didn't want to do that.
Because I saw you with him.
No, I was not with him. I was no, we were a group of 3. That was the thing. We were a group of 3.
You were with him.
I was with him. Yes, I was. You are right.
Because I saw you
with him.
I saw you with him.
No, well, so it was a group of 3, and I remember one of them was.
And I remember that you arrived late even.
No, I arrived early, but I didn't want it to be there.
You were so ashamed that you were in the corner like this?
The what?
You were in the corner? No corner?
No. That wasn't. No, so listen, I remember that like nights before, I was telling them like, okay, I know we guys don't want to do that, but we have to, so let's try to do our best and stuff. And I remember that I got a frame. It was like a frame, it was like there was a picture of me. And I removed the picture of me, and I put the picture of Mussolini.
Okay.
But I don't remember who it was. Okay, so I put the picture of him. Yeah, it was Mussolini, I think. And I put I put an Italian flag around the frame.
It looks so awful.
I know, but it was painted by me. So I painted it. I didn't even print it. I painted it, and later I pasted around the frame. And that was it. So I told my guys, okay, I want you to bring this, and I want you to bring this, so that we cannot be alone on the table, right? And turns out, like, they didn't bring anything. You know?
It's just you with your picture.
It was me and my picture.
Okay.
So Generally, I didn't say a lot. I remember that I didn't want to talk about it. I said Benito Mussolini was born in because it was in Italian.
Yes, it was in Italian.
So I was struggling a lot to do that. I was struggling a lot to do that. So that was it. And what happened at the end of the day was the fact that I, to be honest, wanted so bad to like escape that thing, right? So you know what I said to my friends, you know what, let's do this like randomly, and we did an awful job. I mean, the teachers just said okay. And that was it. I don't even remember what I said because sometimes I generally, I mean, I remember one exposition that we got in Italian that I was talking about Rome. And it was like it was like a sono nata a Roma, penso che sia la città più bella del mondo, and I remember that thing, but I genuinely don't remember anything about that day because it was so awful, and for sure I cringe right now.
You block it in your mind.
I block it. I did, because I tend to do, or always I try to do something great, a great job, but I'm so bad at decoration. Setting up things is not my thing.
I think that there were a group full of men.
A group. Let me tell you guys something. A group
And
full of men.
we
don't
were
work.
like just girls, and of course we girls make a little bit of effort of
Absolutely.
making the things look good. That's the reason why
That is
I keep this house clean.
Yeah.
I always try, because it is for him.
You're gonna discuss. You're not gonna argue here.
No, but I just wanted to tell you that girls, we always make the effort to have a nice place,
I mean,
because it's something like something ours. Okay, you have to like keep your things in making money or bring stuff to here. How can I say that? Ser el proveedor,
be the provider.
being the provider of this house, and I have to like to do my woman things. And I know that I'm a traditional woman, but yes, I'm a tradition. I know that the things work like that.
Women. I mean, our house is generally clean, but I haven't said some. I mean, generally, I said generally clean.
Okay.
But we haven't mocked since weeks.
We haven't?
Mock since weeks. It's been, I think, a week with a mug, and we don't sweep.
I did it yesterday, not mock.
I mean,
but
you swept, but we didn't mock. I said mock, mocking.
No, but you can mock.
I mean, yes, we can. We can. I can't. We can.
Okay.
So, we always try to to keep our house clean, and our house generally is clean. I mean, right now it's so messed up.
Today's
right. I mean, you guys are watching
that's
something that, to be honest, like it's totally different to reality.
That's why I told you that I want to clean a little bit when we finish.
Probably tomorrow because we gotta watch
today.
the movie. No, we gotta watch the movie.
No,
I don't. Can you give me some water? I'm just.
I don't want to like watch the movie with the things in my mind that we have to clean.
We're gonna clean a little bit.
No, we have to clean. Not a little bit.
A deep clean.
Not a deep clean, but we have to like
All right.
keep things in order. Okay. Thank you.
What is the next topic?
Okay, our next topic is, and our last one.
All right.
Okay. Our last one topic is, but I tell you that I like this. I thought that it's going to be more awful, but
no, it's always something.
I'm just trying to not think too much.
That is it.
When can you give me a little bit of water? Can you give me a little bit of water? When did you speak English with a native for a first time? I wrote this because Julie.
Yeah, that's Julie.
That's our Julie.
Yeah, that's our Julie.
When did you speak English with a native for a first time? I bring you this because I have a good story. I think that is a good story.
Okay, let me tell you the story of the day that I spoke with a native speaker for the first time. But I got two stories. The first one was the day
Sorry, Julie says Yo quiero aprender inglés.
She
But
knows how to speak English
actually,
really well.
Julie knows
Julie knows how
how
to
to
speak
speak
English.
English.
I support her for a long time. I gotta say.
Yes, you support her.
I did.
And I gave her job. So, Julie, send us something.
It was a flower.
Send us a flower.
Okay, so well, what happened? The first time I spoke, I have two stories because generally, I spoke for the first time with a native speaker when I was playing Minecraft. I remember I got a series called Stuff Series. You ever heard about that?
Yes.
A Stuff Series. It was basically, I mean, Minecraft is an online game, and I mean there were plenty of players on a server, and I remember I was the moderator on the server, so I remember I vanished, and I had plenty of somehow tools in order to ban people and to kick out people, and generally that's the thing. I mean I love it. Right, and I was, yeah, I mean if you guys heard that, I said probably you guys you were working. I said yes, I was working with him for free, right? So I did that, and I got a series for YouTube for my old channel that it was called a Stuff Series. And I remember I was with a guy. I don't know what happened with this guy. I mean, I don't know, but I remember that I was with him, and and we were just talking, and we froze someone, and as soon as we froze it, he started talking with us like a what he started putting on the chat like what, and I said, man, probably he's gringo, right? So well, we called this to TeamSpeak. TeamSpeak was a movie. It was no, not movie. What are we talking about? It was an app where we watched other people's screen in order to search for hacks or stuff. And I remember that I said like, hey, and he started talking in English and with a deep voice, and it was like, hi, hello, what happened when I'm frozen and stuff. And I said, damn. And I didn't speak English at the moment. I was like 15 or 16 years old, even younger. And I remember he was like, hey, do you have hacks? Do you admit and stuff? And he was trying to fool us, to fool us a little bit. He was just trying to say like he didn't understand and stuff. At the end of the day, we banned her. I think he didn't even have hacks, but we banned him just because we didn't understand what he was saying, so we got upset. So that was the first time, but the second time was even better, right? I spoke with different native speakers throughout my life, but generally, I remember that in 2022, I had a problem with my PayPal account, and because I was getting money in my PayPal account, but I got a block because I had a limit of it. And I said like I received money in my PayPal account, and they said like no, I mean we cannot give you your money till 20 days, 20 business days. And I said, what are we talking about? I needed that money at the moment. So what happened was that I needed to I talked to support, and for sure I'm an English teacher, so my phone is in English. So we start like talking about I called support, and I said, okay, are you available for a call? It was 11 p.m. at night, and I said, okay, let's do it. So they had my phone, and I remember she started talking to me. I was so nervous because I mean it had been many years I didn't speak with a native speaker. But I remember I said, hi, how are you? How can I help you? Well, I have this problem because I received this money, and I'm an English teacher. I'm not doing anything wrong. You can check my social medias, and even they checked my social medias and stuff. And I said, okay, he's right. And so he said, okay, I'm gonna short term a little bit the period that you have your phones blocked, and I'm gonna shorten for only 3 business days. I said, do you agree with that? And I said, totally agree with that. Thank you so much. But I have another problem, and we start talking about the problems that I have with my PayPal account. Since we were living at the moment in Venezuela, I have to say that PayPal Venezuela have plenty of limits, right? There were boundaries that we cannot go further because basically we were in this country, and we tried to for sure open another account in another country, but it was impossible because we needed a DNI and other stuff that I didn't have at the moment. So generally we were I tried to just said, okay, I mean
I know that I'm living in this country. I know that you guys have certain rules. So, but what can we do in order to, maximize just a little bit? I don't say like a huge amount, but just a little bit of my monthly income. And she said, yeah, we can do it. My monthly income was only $200 at the moment. But later, what happened was that she increased my monthly income for $900 monthly. What happened in PayPal is if you go up to this limit, that those phones that you went up are gonna be blocked for probably a few days, and I didn't want that to happen. So I wanted my money available all the time. So at the end, she said, "Okay, you're gonna have $900 available, and later, if after 3 years you can increase that amount for I think 1,200 or something like that." I said, "Yeah, that's fine. That works for me." Finally, we have a really good conversation. It was really comfortable, and I could solve all of my problems. So I mean, I have to say that English helped me a lot for that. So well, that's what happened, right? What about you?
um, the first time that I talked with a native was in my cousin.
I remember. I know that story.
Yes,
That's a good story.
I
Okay.
told you.
Yeah.
And it was in Trujillo, Valera. I love Valera. And it was like, I don't know, 4 years ago,
Okay.
I think. And I went there because my cousin got married, so I went to the wedding. And my cousin and had an uncle and a grandpa that lived so many years in the United States, and they are like native people.
They don't speak Spanish at all, right?
No, they don't speak Spanish. Like they speak, like the uncle of my cousin, he speak a little bit like more, but the grandpa, he doesn't speak Spanish, or not too much Spanish. So they were like a pastor, family, and they were there for the wedding because they live in I don't remember. I tell you later. So we were in the house of my cousin, and there were her family, and my other cousin told me like she told to his family, like to the pastors that speak in English. She told them like she knows how to speak English, so you have to speak with him.
Oh my God, that's so good. I
I
suppose like you got
I were so cold,
goosebumps.
yes, I were so cold, and I told her like, no, I'm not going to do that. Like, shut up, because I'm not going to do that. And she told me like, oh, and I remember that there was a time that she was trying to like be like she wanted to like W,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
W and me were like boyfriend
I
and
got it.
girlfriend. And I remember that she sent a picture of me, and I was like so embarrassing. all that situation was so embarrassing to me, and I told her like, no, I'm not going to do that. But she told me like, you have to. But like, of course, she told them, and they like, I were like sitting, and they like came close
you
to
were
me.
sitting. I was sitting.
Mm?
You said I was sitting, right?
I was sitting.
Okay.
And I was sitting, and they get close to me, and they started to speak in English. And I said, no way. And I remember
Okay, wait, hold on. This is something that TikTok has.
because
There we go. Wait a second.
they are trying to figure it out. We are not a robot.
Yeah. Okay, we're now.
We are not a robot, TikTok. So, I don't know. And I talk I said like I'm an English I am studying English, and I don't remember at all what I said. And but they told me like your pronunciation is good. You're a good
Speaker.
a good speaker. And I remember that I felt so good. I felt like I can do everything.
You are grateful.
Yes,
And
that's worse. Like, and I remember so close that the words that he told me that you are good. Like, because I said
but
like
what were you talking with them, by the way?
I don't know. I don't know. I remember that I told him because they of course they didn't know me. Like I was there, but I don't know. I thought that I was a friend of my cousin, like normal. And they told me like, and why you are here? And I told I'm here. And I remember that I told him like I'm here for the wedding. Brian is my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And he told, oh, so you are a family, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said yes, but I was so nervous. And I don't know. I speak with them.
Hi, Carla.
I speak with them, and it was so good. I felt so great.
Okay, I mean, I don't know if you have had that opportunity live, where you guys were able to speak natively with someone. That's actually really hard for an English student because at the beginning you guys are gonna feel, nervous. You guys are gonna
Yes.
feel,
That is
like,
normal.
yeah, like you cannot do that. Like that you are not gonna be understood, or even worse, that the other way around, that you guys are not gonna understand what they are saying. You're gonna be like, what? But no, that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen because at the end of the day, it's just only in English. There's only one English.
And the thing that we always have in our mind that I have to do it perfectly. I can make a mistake, when it's normal. Like they understand you.
Absolutely.
They understand you that you just want to try to speak, and you are learning. It's not like a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But of course we have to put a limit, because if we talk about business or something like that, it's more serious.
Totally.
You have to know you can make a mistake, because it's a work. It's something like it's evaluating all the time. When it's work, of course, it's more like serious.
For sure, these type of conversations, if you guys are gonna chat with an American person, I mean, you're gonna understand.
They are going to understand you,
Totally.
even if you talk like, I don't know, with a
Super
bad pronunciation and a basic thing. They are going to understand you always, even if when a native English people try to speak in Spanish to us, we are going to understand him, even with sign and like this water and I don't know.
Absolutely.
They are going to understand you.
And something that happens a lot is the fact that people feel more nervous, and because of a nervous, don't understand. And that's something really true. I mean, I remembered I have in my private classes, I got one person. I have plenty of them, but specifically one that she feels so nervous. We received something, but I don't know what we received right there.
I saw a panda.
You saw a panda. Thank you so much for the panda. That's crazy. All right, so I got someone right there, and we were talking with. I mean, when I have a conversation with her, it's amazing. I mean, she speaks wonderful. And I said, like, why are you starting English with me? I mean, you speak really well. I mean, and she said, okay, but I don't feel great. I don't feel like it. And she wants to improve a little bit. And generally, I remember that one day she told me, okay, Luis, I feel like disappointed with me. I said, why? Because I went with a native speaker, and I wanted to talk with him, and I got blocked. And I said, for sure, you're going to get blocked. You are nervous. You cannot be nervous if you're going to talk with them. They're going to understand whatever you are going to say. If you say, I need water, for sure, they are going to understand you. Oh, I don't know. Let's try to work with mock-ins. For example, if I say, I water, they are going to understand what you guys are saying, and that's exactly the same in Spanish. For a Spanish native speaker, is an American person say, me beber agua. I mean, we are going to understand. That's exactly the same. For sure, that's not the idea. for sure the idea is to improve and to enhance our vocabulary in English every day, right?
But the thing is that in your mind is like communicate.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to communicate. Of course, the language. I think that language is an alive thing
Mm-hmm.
that always have like a develop that always have something
Mm-hmm.
that is happening there.
Mm-hmm. Totally. And something really great about what we are chatting right now is the fact that, for sure, in basic English or daily English, I mean, that's one thing, but totally different is business English.
Yes.
Because, for example, the other
Of
day
course.
I heard, and that's why sometimes I make the right here, as you guys can see on TikTok, and I don't know on YouTube, but on TikTok, you guys can see right here. On YouTube, it's gonna be here. Right here, you say A2, B1, right? But sometimes I make classes like a B2, C1, and that's harder. Because I remember the other day, the first live streaming that we were doing on YouTube, we were not on TikTok, right? It was at the beginning of February. I remember that we were talking about how SpaceX was churning out rockets. I I can assume and I can bet that if I said people were charting out rockets, you guys are not you're not gonna understand what I'm saying, because I mean that's a high level English. Do you know what that is? Churning out rockets.
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's what I said. This is a C1 or C2 English, and that's a totally different word. It's basically producing rockets, like space
Okay.
aircrafts, uh, with like massively, like you know, producing in mass these rockets,
And
like
I think
producing a
that
lot.
of like you have to do that, of course, because you need to improve. But normally in a natural speaking, even in Spanish, of course, you don't actually speak that kind of topic.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You don't speak at that because I don't know, it is something more traditional, like what we are talking right now.
Basic English communication.
Basic English communication, and that's all.
That's totally right. And the more nervous you feel, the less you're gonna understand. That is it. That is something really interesting. All right. Yo creo que ya podemos terminar aquí.
Yes.
It's 10:29, las 10:30. Qué locura. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias, Carla, por el pandita. No sé qué es el
Thank you.
pandita, pero después lo voy a chequear. Y por toda la gente que comentó, mira, fueron 14,000 likes. That's actually really good. Voy a dejar en YouTube, para la gente que está en YouTube. Yo sé que no estoy viendo comentarios en YouTube. De hecho, no estoy viendo nada en YouTube. Estoy solamente en TikTok, porque en TikTok sí lo tengo por aquí. Pero en la gente de TikTok, igual, si en YouTube lo están viendo y quieren ir a TikTok, aquí abajito, en esta... Ya, déjame ver si puedo... Como por aquí, al final, por allá, a la izquierdita, sale como una cuestión naranja con una flecha hacia arriba. Eso me lo puso YouTube, TikTok ahí para colocar unos videos y tal. Cosa de que estén más organizados los videos de aprendiendo inglés en 30 días. Para las personas básicas que quieran ir a aprender, pueden verlo en YouTube o pueden darle a ese cosito que tengo ahí. Ahí pueden ver la lista de reproducciones. Están los videos básicos que por supuesto iré actualizando, ¿ok? Entonces, well, that's the thing. Nos vemos pronto. Quiero hacer otro pronto, capaz la semana que viene. Y igualmente conmigo estaremos en live otra vez, pero a nivel B2 o C1 un poquito más avanzado. No conversaciones básicas, sino ya un tema un poquito más, you know? So, bueno, that's the thing. Nos vemos en la semana que viene y bueno, just say hi.
Just say bye.
Goodbye. Que hi, que loco. Chao, chao. Aquí.